Hello everyone. I'm going to tell you about how I got over my irrational fear of stage fright. So, growing up, both my parents were very musically talented, and kind of felt a constant pressure from them to follow in their footsteps and be a singer like they were. They were both sang. And it was just one thing standing in the way, and that was the fear of stage fright. Always got to me, no matter what. And yeah, they constantly pressed me to sing and play piano and do anything involving music. And it came to the point where it wasn't so much pressing me, it was kind of forcing me. And whatever they say goes, because they're the parents. And I'll never forget when I was finally good enough to sing in front of a crowd. They told me, "Oh, you're going to sing at a Christmas show." And for people that don't go to church that often, if you don't know, like, Christmas shows is when everybody and anybody and everyone they know shows up to church. And the church I was going to at the time was I guess you'd call it like a mega church. It sat up to like 5,000, 6,000 people. And sure enough, it was a sold out night. And parents forced me to go up on stage to sing Silent Night. And I got up on stage and I was ready. And the spotlight hit me and it felt like the freaking sun. And it was just scary, and I couldn't see the people out there, but I knew they were out there. And I froze. In front of 5,000 people, I froze and walked off stage. That was one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life, by far. Oh man, it was only 2 years later when something similar, actually kind of like the same, happened. I was at a school play, and I had two lines, just two lines to say in front of, it wasn't even that high of a stage, like, 1,000 people. It was like 50, 60 parents. It was a school play. And it was 2 lines I had to remember. And I got up in front of everyone, and sure enough, I forgot them. Turned red as can be and walked off stage again. I was like, oh my God, this is never going to end. And over the next 10 years or so, I built a brick wall, kind of like a barrier that I couldn't break out of, and I was limiting myself, not showing people my true potential, until one night, actually a couple months ago. If you guys ever heard of the Night Owl, it's like a place where you do open mic night. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Everybody goes up there, they jam, they sing. And I was sitting there watching all my friends, and I was so irritated at myself that I didn't want to go up there just because of the fact that I was nervous. And I was like, why can't I do that? Like, I want to go up there so bad. But, I just couldn't pull through for some reason. And then one night, we were at the Night Owl again, and we all go into my buddy's van. We call it the hippie van because it's very 80-ish looking. And it took a little bit of convincing, and someone overheard me singing. They said, "Oh, you actually kind of got a good voice. You should try sometime." And another guy came up to me and said, "It's all in your head, man. It's all in your head." And it totally was, but it just went in one ear and out the other. Didn't really think about it until, one night, finally, they all came up to me and they pressed me just like my parents did. They said, "You don't even got to think about it. Just go up there and, just let it go." That was cheesy, but let it go, And it took a little bit of convincing and maybe a little bit of alcohol, but I finally got up on stage, and the first 2 minutes was just like deja vu. Like, there's a spotlight on me. I was nervous as hell, but after those first 2 minutes, it kind of just, kind of flowed out of me. It all came naturally, and I don't know why it took 10 years to do, but yeah, finally got over that fear of stage fright. That's my story.